guys, just want to bring you a video, tips and tricks on some ways to make gold at level 16. Now, this isn't a gold per hour guide. This is more of, hey, I'm bored. I want to try to farm some gold while I watch a movie on Netflix, kind of thing. So you could be watching Netflix, you could be watching a movie, and you're trying to farm something while you're doing that with your other monitor. Or you're really bored and you have nothing to do, you don't have a raid that day, and you're trying to farm some gold and you're tired of farming herbs and ore. So I'm gonna go zone by zone with you guys. Now, obviously, I'm gonna be missing some. There might be some spots I'm missing. I probably am. So if you do notice that, I don't know every single spot, but these are the spots that I do remember from Vanilla WoW, and also some spots that are currently in the game that are still good. So I'm going to go over zone by zone with you guys, and I'll show you in game where to farm them, the drop rates, and all that good stuff. So let's get to it. I'm going to switch to in game real quick. Okay, so now I'm in game. Also, I wanted to start off the video with an add-on I downloaded that I think you guys would really like. It's called the Ring menu. I'll put it in the description for you guys, but essentially it's basically a small UI where you press a button. For me, it's tilde key. So I press my tilde key and bam, that pops up. I have a small menu and it's really customizable. I just saw this the other day. I didn't put it in my add-on video, but I saw this and I had to download it. It's really cool, right guys? It's simple. You put all your stuff that you don't really want on your bars, you put it in that ring menu, and it's there for you with a click of a button. So I had to put that in there. I just thought you guys would really like that. It's called the ring menu. I'll show it in the description. But first, let's get to the reason why you're here. Now, the first zone I want to talk about is Winter Spring. In Winter Spring, there's a couple things you can farm, okay, guys? So you go in Winter Spring, and the first thing we're going to talk about is the Eye of Shadow. The Eye of Shadow is used for the priest quest for this epic staff benediction. And this area down here, I haven't discovered it yet, obviously, because it's not showing. But there's mobs here. They're the demons, and they drop the Eye of Shadow. And this is a 1% drop. These are elite. These are elites, by the way. So you're gonna need a friend or two. They drop. It's a 1% drop, and they sell because priests need them for their quests. So let's go on the auction house real quick, and I'll show you how much they usually go for. Eye of Shadow. Now there's one. That means that could be two reasons. One, obviously no one's farming them and they're rare. Or two, they're in demand and people actually are needing them. So these are one of the items at a 1% drop rate you can't beat, and if you're really bored and have a friend with you and you guys maybe want to go half on the gold, I highly suggest doing that. Now, here's another one. Winterfall Firewater. Now, you may be laughing at this, but there's actually a really good way to make gold. Now, Firewater and the Winterfall Echo, both of these drop from the same mobs. Now, the thing about Winterfall Firewater is it provides a nice buff, and I think it's used for something else. I'm not 100% sure. All I know is it makes gold, and that's the point, guys. Now, it's a 5% drop rate from the Winterfall Furbolgs, and these guys are usually maybe around here, and also in the main camp over here. Now, the Firewater has a 5% drop rate to drop, and these are non-elites. 5% drop rate to drop. And the High Chieftain over here, the High Chieftain, and back in the cave up in this area, has an 87% chance to drop the Firewater. Now, this is important, guys, because I'm about to show you this right now. Winterfall Firewater. Now, as you can see, 5 gold a piece. Holy shit, right? You would not even think this. Honestly, when I'm 60, this is the first thing I'm farming. This might be the best in the list. And not only that, let's go over the Echo, right? Winterfall Echo. These are used for buffs, by the way, but you have to have the quest done. They're not going to drop, I believe, unless you have the quest done. I might be wrong about that, but when I was doing the quest at Winter Spring while leveling, I did not see a single one of these drop for me. But as you can see, they sell about 1 to 2 gold a piece, closer to 1 gold. But they drop while you're farming the Furbolg, so it's a win-win situation. Now, the drop rate on these, by the way, is about a 1 to 2% drop rate. Well, yeah, but it's an added bonus, okay? So you're having two birds with one stone. Now another thing I want to talk about, let's switch zones here, is we're going to go to Fellwood, okay? Fellwood, the Iron Tree Woods. This was like the spot I went to in Vanilla. This is where I farmed. But keep in mind, guys, there's a lot of people that farm this area, so you might be out of luck. But if you're up early in the morning, I highly suggest this spot. They drop essences of water, okay? The elementals, the poison, the water elementals in the area. This whole area right here. Now it's a 7% drop rate. 7%. That's actually not bad. It's close to 1 in 10 shot you're getting with one of these. Now let's look at these. Let's look at the auction house. Essence of water, almost 5 gold each. So what? So I mean, come on, guys. At almost a 10% chance, you really can't beat that. Now we're gonna switch zones again. We're gonna go Silithus. Now there's two things in Silithus. One is not. I don't think is in the game yet. I haven't been there, but I haven't seen it on the auction house for some reason, and that's Twilight Techs. Now I don't know why they're not on the auction house. It must be because they're not in game, but I haven't been to the zone yet to see if they drop yet. So, but they're used for Cenarian and Circle reputation. This is huge, guys. People farm these all the time in Vanilla, and I believe they went for like 1 gold each. I could be wrong. I don't really remember, but I'm pretty sure it was 1 gold each for the techs. They were a good way to make money. And I don't know the drop rate chance on that. I didn't look that up because I'm pretty sure they're not in the game yet. Now the other, and they're all over the zone, usually like in this area right here, down here too. Now another area over here is the essence, more elementals. So you have essences of air and essences of earth. Now, the bad thing is they don't sell as much as the essence of water, and they drop lower. But the good thing is there's a lot more mob density, and not as many people are going to farm here as the other place. So if you're looking for a place where there's not many people farming, this is the spot for you. So we're going to look at essences of earth. Now it's about 2 gold each, and essence of air is 2 to 3 gold each at a 2% drop rate. But with higher mob density, you're probably going to see more drops. Now let's switch zones again, guys. We're going to go to Ungoro Crater. Now, in Ungoro Crater, I suggest farming. Forget about Devil Swords, guys. They get farmed a shit ton. If you're wondering where all these gold farmers really are, it's the Devil Swords. Why? Because they sell for a shitload of money. We're gonna see. Hold on. I want to show you guys. Devil Sword. Okay. Yeah. You see this? Devil Sword leather, 14 gold each. These guys are farmed. You're not gonna find these guys. And if you do, man, let me know. Devil Sword Gauntlets, look at the price of them shits. Why? Because I'm pretty sure they're best in slot before raid. That's why, and people are going to buy them. Now, the other thing is, in Ungoro, is right here, Fire Plume Ridge, you're going to be farming fire elementals. They drop 2 things. They drop 2 things, which is a good thing. First, they drop essences of fire. Essences of fire. Loading. Alright, 2 gold each, and that's at a 3% drop rate. Now, they also drop Elemental Fire. Not Essence, this is the Elemental. And this is a 7% drop rate, and they sell for about 1 gold a piece. So, again, you're farming 2 things for once. And by the way, these guys are always up. I was questing there earlier. I was questing there for a couple days. They were always up, guys. So, there's literally no competition there. So, you may be wondering, why am I not bringing up Plaguelands? Well, here you go. I'm bringing it up right now. Plaguelands is probably one of the best areas, west and east, for farming. And there's a couple reasons why. First reason I want to get into in western Plaguelands, this tower here. Be very familiar with this tower. You're always going to see someone farming there. Why? Because the mobs there, called Spellbinders, drop the Crusader enchant formula. And it's a 0.75 chance. So close to 1%, but not quite there. 0.75. Now the other mob that drops it is in Eastern Plaguelands in Tyr's Hand over here. They're called Archmages. Same drop rate chance, 0.75. Now you're wondering why that's so important. Well, Formula 2 on the auction house, 155 gold each, guys. 155 gold each. And they're not elites in Hearthglen, near Hearthglen in the tower. In Tyr's Hand they are. So, if you're farming Spellbinders almost at a 1% drop rate, that's actually not that bad if you think about it. So, let's go back. We're not done with Playlands yet. This area right here, Hearthglen. If you have a buddy or two, there's all these elites. They drop so much shit, guys. And it's not just Hearthglen. We're going to talk about Tyr's Hand as well. They drop so much rune cloth. Really good source for travelers' backpacks with 16-slot bags. They drop BOE epics, BOEs. Now, obviously, not every mob is going to drop them, not all the time, but as a high chance, guys. And the other area over here, Tyr's Hand, this is where my boys were hanging out, guys. In Vanilla, I met so many people in this spot farming for shit. This spot was the go-to spot for farming for money, if you were bored. Also, some really good world PvP if you're interested in that. So let's say RuneCloth is that great? Well, it sells. I'm not gonna look it up because it's gonna take forever, but it's about 1 to 2 gold a stack, and honestly, that's not a bad deal. So another area I want to go into next is Arathi Highlands, and this is a lobby zone, obviously, but if you have herbalism, I highly suggest going here because it has really abundance of Fade Leaf and what's the other one? Fade Leaf and Goldthorn. Now, you're wondering why the hell would I farm these herbs? Well, Fade Leaf, I'm gonna start off with this Fade Leaf as it loads. It sells for about 5 gold a stack. See? 5 gold stacks. And they're all over here. 5 gold a stack. Now, what about Goldthorn? Goldthorn. Here we go. About 3 to 4 gold a stack. Now, in Arathi Highlands, these are all over the place. Especially in this area, a little over here, guys. I'm mousing over. Fade Leaf like no tomorrow. So, if you're Reaver bored and want to farm herbs, yo, farming this is zone because it's all over. I'm telling you. It is all over. Now, another thing you guys can do. And now I condensed this in like one little topic is you can farm whelpling pets, and I'm gonna show you guys. There's 3 whelpling pets in the game. I'm spelling this wrong because I'm retarded and have Down syndrome. There we go. You got there's 3 pets. There you got the dark whelpling, the emerald one, and the crimson whelpling. Now, there was an azure whelpling in the game in Winterspring off that elite cave, but I don't think it's in game yet because I was on the WoW database. For Vanilla, I didn't see it there. I'm pretty sure they added that later, so I wouldn't worry about that. If I'm wrong, I might be wrong. I'll look into it, but for now, these 3 pets. You got the dark, the emerald, and the crimson. Now, you're wondering where you're going to farm these. Well, the first one is in wetlands. They're called crimson whelplings. And this is around Grimbatal over here. Now, I think it's actually this area right here. This area right here. They're level 27 whelpling mobs, and you just farm the shit out of them. You just keep farming them. Now, the thing is, since they're low level, they're also low drop rate. For example, the crimson one is a 0.16 chance. That's the first one, guys. Now you have the dark whelpling. This is in Badlands, in this area right here. Now, this is a 0.113 chance, and they're all over here. By the way, if you're a miner, it's a win-win situation because there's a shit ton of mithril right here, guys. So if you're a miner, I think you should farm this one because you can farm mithril at the same time. Now, the last one is emerald. This is the one I farmed in Vanilla and actually got one. Emerald is right here in the Swamp of Sorrows. This little area right here. This one is the lowest drop rate chance at 0.08. Okay? So is this the fun one out of the group? Hell fucking no. Is it gonna sell? Probably more than the other items? Yeah. So you have to understand, you're gonna have these random people in game, they want these whelpling pets. There's no battle pets, but these pets are fucking badass. They're gonna want these. So they're probably going to be in high demand, and you can definitely sell them. Now, that's it for the zones. I'm probably missed a few. and you can share with other people in the comments. But now I want to talk about dungeons. Now, you can make a lot of gold running dungeons. A couple reasons why. We're going to start off with the fact that some bosses drop flask recipes. Now, flask recipes such as this one in game. Here we go. Flask of Supreme Power that drops off Rast, Frost, Whisper, and Sholemans. Now, Flask of Supreme Power, let's look that up, okay? Flask of Supreme Power. 500 gold! Guys, 500 gold. At a what drop rate chance? Almost 3%. But you're also battling against 5 people. Guys, if you're running this dungeon, and there's an alchemist in the group that says he's gonna need it because he's an alchemist, or his alt's an alchemist, yo, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy, because you better need that shit too. Why? Because look at how much these sell for, guys. Hundreds of gold. Don't listen to this moron that says he has an alt that has alchemy. And if he's gonna pull that and say need, and you don't want to feel like a douchebag needing against him, this is what you do. You pull out your trap card and you say, hey guys, my alt also has it. So guess what? You're gonna roll need too, but never let these fuckers roll on that shit. This is really important. And another thing too, guys, if you're a Skinner, highly suggest getting the pristine hide of the beast out of Upper Blackrock Spire. Now, there's none in the auction house. Why? Because it's fucking rare. So let's go to Blackrock Spire. I'll tell you what I'm talking about. The beast, pristine hide of the beast, 0.77% drop rate. This is after you skin it, and I believe you need 315 skinning. How you get that? Enchants, or you have Fingal's Skinner plus 10 skinning. So this is really important if you're a Skinner. Also, another thing is in Dire Maul, which obviously is in Fairlass over here. If you run Dire Maul East at the end, and I see some people run jump runs, and these are basically the people that want to farm the heavy thorium ore in the cave. After you beat the last boss, a cave opens up, and you go in there and there's a shit ton of thorium. Now, you're usually going to see people advertising for that, like a tank, he wants all the thorium. Well, why? Because it's a really good amount. So if you're a miner, you can run that dungeon, and you can get all that ore. So, that's about it, guys. I really hope these tips and tricks help you. Now, is this really meant for you to get gold per hour and, you know, a steady source of income? No. But if you're bored and you're looking for a place to, you know, farm loot, and I'll bring myself back to the big screen here. If you're looking for a spot to, you know, farm loot when you're bored and you're watching a movie or something, or, you know, maybe your friend's over and you're just fucking around, this is perfect, guys. So remember, if you need gold, maybe try to find a spot where you can definitely farm gold per hour. But if you're bored and you're fucking around, even these guys, some of these are really good, especially Tears Hand and Hearthglen. I highly suggest those areas, and I guarantee you maybe even be able to find a group. And professions too. Don't forget professions. They help a lot with gold. They help a lot with gold. So thanks for watching, and if you want to see more videos, please comment, like, and maybe even subscribe. Alright? See you later. Thanks.